Hey everyone, it's Ashley Luther with Cord Real Estate, and I wanted to share some information with you today, a question that we get asked all of the time by both our buyer clients and our seller clients. And that question is, what happens if the appraisal on my contract comes in low? And really there's four things that could possibly happen in this case, and that would be, number one, the buyer could choose to back out of the contract and cancel their agreement and go find something else. We don't think that would happen. We don't want that to happen because the buyer put it under contract to begin with because they love the house. So chances are they're gonna wanna try to work that out. The second thing that could happen is the buyer could make up the difference between the contract price and what it actually appraised at. Now, that's an unlikely scenario because typically people don't like to pay more for something than it's actually worth. So we don't see that happen too often. The other scenario is that we could renegotiate the contract terms. So maybe re-looking at closing costs and who's paying them, maybe if a home warranty was being offered, or if personal property was being left with the home, all of those could be renegotiated at that point to try to come to terms. The fourth thing would be we could contest the appraisal or ask for a second appraisal. That's going to depend on what your lender will allow, but contesting an appraisal is a very difficult thing to do. There really has to be irrefutable evidence that the first appraisal was done incorrectly, or that comps were missed, or maybe the square footage was wrong, or maybe upgrades weren't properly allocated for. So that's a difficult thing to do. And then in ordering a second appraisal, oftentimes what happens is they take the lesser of the two. So there's usually not a lot of reason to go and order a second appraisal. So really the strategy is try to get everyone back to the table, agree on terms, and move forward from there. Now, as a reminder, you really have to think about your loan type. If you're doing an FHA loan or a VA loan, typically that appraisal is going to stay with the property for 6 months. So it won't matter if another buyer comes along to your property, if they're getting a VA or an FHA loan as well, then the prior appraisal number is going to stick with that for 6 months. If a conventional buyer comes along, it's not an issue. A conventional buyer and that appraisal is not going to stick with the property past that transaction term. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. I hope you found it informational. If you did, we would like you to share it, like our page, and check back for more updates soon. Thanks so much.